What's good, y'all boys, YouTube? You know what I'm saying? Get y'all a little quick little video, you know what I'm saying? Just got out of class or whatever. But look, man, I'm gonna keep this video short, you know what I'm saying? Short and sweet. But I definitely gotta feel like I gotta get this message out here because, you know, I've been seeing a lot of stuff been going on. My bad, the video cut off. But look, man, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all this, bro. Y'all boys need to hear this. Fellas, we've got to practice self-awareness. We've got to be self-aware. And the reason why I say that is for the simple fact that you leave yourself vulnerable. You leave yourself open when you're not self-aware, right? Now, Ron, what do you mean by that, right? Hold on, put my fucking seatbelt on. Shit. But Ron, what you mean by that, by self-aware? We've got to know who we are as a person, and being self-aware is part of that, right? What makes you tick? What gets your emotions going? What makes you happy? What makes you sad? What makes you mad? You know what I'm saying? These are emotions, and these are all part of us, right? We have control over that. Believe it or not, we have control over our emotions, especially as a man. But I tend to see that our emotions tend to cloud our judgment. We start to act out of our emotion and not use logic. See, that's for the women, right? Women, they could use their emotion and they could be reactive to things, but us as men, we're more logical creatures. So naturally, we think before we do. We don't just react. We're not just some animal. Not to say that women are animals, but to say that women are reactive and that they use their emotion more than they use logic, 100% I will say that, right? Fellas, the worst thing is to be vulnerable. It ain't nothing worse than being vulnerable. And the reason why I say there ain't nothing worse than being vulnerable, because people use that against you. They use your vulnerability against you, right? We've got to wake up. We've got to understand how we are as humans and what triggers what emotions. If we don't have a hold on that, if we don't have a thumb on that, how could we ever go through life thinking that we'll always be good, we'll always be okay, society will be acceptable to us? Fellas, let me go ahead and tell you this, bro. There's always gonna be somebody somewhere trying to get under your skin, bro. It's part of life, bro. It's part of the game, bro. Especially if you're a man with success, if a man that have something going on for himself, or even just a man with standards. That tends to get on people's nerves, right? That tends to get under people's skin. And what will they do? They will use your vulnerability against you, bruh, right? But if you're not self-aware, you won't even be knowing that you're using your vulnerability, and your emotions is being used against you, right? Because you're not self-aware. You're not aware of what's going on. Self-aware is being aware about yourself, not what's around you, right? That's just regular awareness, your surroundings and what's going on around you. Self-awareness is understanding and unlocking knowledge about self, bro. Knowledge about the source, right? Understanding your emotions, because you, as a man, want to be able to use your emotions as an advantage, bro. See, emotions aren't a bad thing, bro. That's why we have them. But it only becomes a bad thing if we don't know how to control it. If we let other people take advantage of us, right? See, women, they could, believe it or not, man, women could use their your vulnerability against you, bro, right? See, women will pull out your vulnerability and your insecurities and use that against you to play the victim. Even if they dead wrong, even if the woman is dead wrong, she knows that, hey, he's vulnerable. He's not self-aware about his standards and what he sets. And so I'm going to use that to my advantage to play any type of role I want to play, right? So another thing about not being socially aware, you know what I'm saying, making you vulnerable, is that you're prone to manipulation, bro. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. You prone to manipulation and you prone to getting lied to, bro. And it's just gonna be back and forth, manipulation, lie, because you're not self-aware. You're not aware of your own emotions. And so if you're not aware of your own emotions, that means people can take advantage of you. So that's a quick little side note. Fellas, you've got just how you wake up and do everything else on a normal daily basis, how you get up and brush your teeth, wash your face, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, take a shower. That same daily mentality that you have and you use needs to be applied for your consciousness, bruh. Your mental, bruh. Ain't nothing more important to the mental. Why? Because your mental manifests your reality, bruh. So if I have a negative mental, if I have a vulnerable mental, then that's just showing life that I'm going to be easily, first off, A, easily taken advantage of, and B, I don't have no sense of importance for my own self, right? Does that make sense, right? And so being self-aware means that you won't settle for less, bruh. You would never settle for less. Why? Because your standards are up here, right? You would think that if you have a standard, then you won't let anybody come around trying to make your standard less than what it is, right? And women will do that, fellas. Let me go ahead and tell you that women will do that. They will use everything they can to their advantage. Why? Because women don't take accountability, right? So they're smart, bro. They know how this game goes. Women are emotional creatures. They deal with men on an everyday basis, bro. And you will be their victim if you're not self-aware, bro. If you're not already in tune with your thought process and how you, and knowing yourself as a man, whatever she tries to do against you or whatever she tries to set up against you, it won't faze you. Why? Because you would have already solidified who you are as a man. You would have already solidified that. That's already set in stone. So she won't be, no woman, she won't be able to come around trying to pull the strings, trying to play the cards, because why? This is not that. Who I am as a man is already set in stone. It's already solidified, and it ain't shit that you can do to change that unless you're not self-aware and you're not understanding of your vulnerability and how your emotions plays a very pivotal role in being set up as the victim, right? You see what I'm saying? See, women, they love when the ball is in their court. Why? What's that mean when the ball is in their court? That means, hey, anything they say, it goes, man. Because it's her playground, it's her playhouse, bruh, right? No, dude, we're not doing that. Fellas, we need to be a lot more self-aware, bruh. If she's running laps around you, bruh, right now, if your girl or you got a girl talking to you, you know what I'm saying, and she running laps around you, bruh, she playing a mental game with you, bruh, you wondering, damn, why this girl always playing games, or why is she beating around the bush, or why does it seem like every instance, every situation, she can never just say she's wrong, or she can never just take accountability. Instead, she uses your vulnerability to her advantage so that she could play victim. Have you ever noticed that? Right? Because everything is a mental game, especially with women. See, fellas, you in a relationship with a girl, right? She gonna know, right? She gonna know, hey, okay, I know who's next in line, right? It don't matter if you in a sexual relationship with a girl, you know what I'm saying? if she's your girlfriend, it don't matter, fellas. She's already gonna have the next man alive. Who in line? Who gets dibs after he does? If me and him don't work out, who gets dibs? Who gets to say so? Who is next in line? See, they're always 2 steps ahead, fellas. And you've got to always be 2 steps ahead of their 2 steps, which means 4 steps ahead. Why? Because if you don't, you will be left open, right? And being left open means that you're left open to attacks, right? And if you're left open to attacks, that ain't good, bro, because that can hurt you physically, it can hurt you spiritually, it can hurt you mentally, and sometimes you can't recover from that. Sometimes people don't recover from that vulnerability because they were never self-aware about those certain triggers or how they maybe necessarily felt about a certain instance in life. And now that they know what strings to pull. They know what gets you mad. They know what gets under your skin. They know they got to continue to do that. So I had to do that, you know what I'm saying, in that beastie meaty V8. Nah, I mean. Hold on. Backing up real quick. Shit. But yeah, fellas, self-awareness is very important. And if you're not self-aware, if you're not conscious of what's going on, how people will try to manipulate you and use your thoughts, use your emotions to your advantage, then they'll always be able to control you, right? I know a lot of people, I know a lot of people, they hate being controlled by somebody. They hate being controlled by a motherfucker. Yet, all of you let someone control you. Why? Because for the simple fact that you can't even control yourself. How could I respect you as a man? How could I respect you as a woman? And you don't even respect yourself as a man or a woman. Me and my baby in the back, man. But you don't even respect yourself as a man or woman, right? How can you expect someone else to take you so seriously if you don't take yourself seriously? Huh? Answer that question for me. Oh, that's right. It can't be answered because there ain't no answer to it, bro. It contradicts itself. Right? Y'all fellas need to wake up, bro. Y'all folks need to stop bullshitting. Stop lying to yourselves, bro. Put in that work, bro. You gotta work on yourself. You gotta work on your discipline. You gotta work on your mental, bro. Because if you're not working on your mental and your discipline, all else is lost, bro. Nothing matters in life if you don't got discipline and consistency. None of that shit matter, bro. Anyways, that's the video for today. Don't forget to like my video, comment, subscribe. I'm gone.